Joe, have fun together. You've had a bit to do with this horse. What do you make of his chances on Sunday?
I believe his chance is pretty good. He's been hitting the bar a few times, nearly scored one. He's a horse that does a lot of things wrong, in particular at the start where I can say that he doesn't have that much of gate speed. Hopefully this time I can make him jump a bit faster and put himself in a more prominent position. He is a nice horse. He's capable to win in this class. I do believe that. It's a matter of if he's capable to put everything together and go for it. If he does, I believe he's a winning chance.
He's a 3-year-old in his first season of racing, physically and mentally. Where's he at?
I would say he's still not 100% developed yet as a really race horse. With a little bit of more time, he'll be a nice horse. He's not going to get stuck in Class 4 only. He'll go up in grades and maybe, who knows, where he's going to reach. But I really believe he's not just a Class 4 horse.
And you mentioned before he's hit the bar a few times. Speaking of football, big game coming up on Sunday night. Who'd be your tip?
I believe France will win. Seems like they have a stronger team. But it is definitely going to be a very tight game, and I will have my eyes on TV for sure.
Neil, you've ridden Sunshine Holiday in all 3 of his runs. Just looking at him, is he still a raw horse, still learning what it's all about?
Yeah, I think he's still a work in progress. I just like the way he carries himself. He's got a good action. He floats on the ground, and whether it's on the dirt or the turf. So, look, there's a lot to like about him. Ricky hasn't had him for relatively long. He was with Michael Chang to start with, and I don't know what went on there. But look, he's progressed quite nicely. Ricky's kind of pushed him into his first run, and he ran well, and then he's backed that up with another good run. He almost got there, and I think the step up to 1400 is the key to him. I think he's going to end up getting a mile, but yeah, look, like he's still learning, but I think he's more than capable of winning this race.
Did him hanging last time out cost him?
It possibly did. He did get a little. He lay in first initially, but then he got a bump by the second horse, which probably didn't help him. But it was probably his own doing at the same time, as well as the other horse. But it probably did cost him because he couldn't quite balance up, and I was trying to stop him going in, and that unbalances them and slows them down slightly maybe. But look, the good thing out of it is that once I did get him out, he did close off quite well, and he only just missed that winning. So I suppose with that natural progress in mind, he should be able to come forward on from that run, and I think the key to him is a step up to 1400.
Based on his work too, has he come forward since then?
Yeah, I think he has. Like, in the morning time, he's always very straightforward, and he wears the blinkers, and he feels the same every morning. You gallop him, like he's very professional. He moves well, and look, like I say, there's a lot to like about him. But I think his future is bright. But hopefully, he can finish the season off well and start next season on a good footing. Yeah, he's got plenty of ability. This horse, he's been running quite well. He's even from day one, his form's been very consistent for a horse that hasn't won. So. He's a little bit cheeky. I did suggest to David at one stage putting blinkers on him, but he closed off very well the last day. So hopefully with the good draw, it gives him a better chance to be able to sit a little bit closer. But no, I wouldn't want to dig up and hold my spot. I want to sit where he's comfy and ride him to finish. But hopefully with the good gate is the key to him getting a chance to be able to win.
Sunday's the last meeting for the season. Last season you rode 47 winners, third in the premiership. This season 25, but still in the top 10. When you look back, how do you assess this season from your point of view?
My season finished off quite well. I'm very happy with the second half of the season. But like I said, at the start of the season when we came, like I'd done a lot of work at the end of last season with a list of horses that I was possibly going to follow up on. And if you remember the start of the season, for the first 5 weeks, there was a lot of small fields. That kind of put me on the back foot because it kind of put an advantage on a lot of the lightweight jockeys here, and it just made it tough. But I wasn't crying. It just made me have to put my head down and work harder. But it just meant that the first 5 weeks were a little bit tough for me, which is probably equivalent to 10 winners, 5 to 10 winners. And if I look at it, I'll probably ask maybe the difference. But look, it is what it is. We come out the second half. We got back on Beauty only, won a Group 2 on him. We won the Macau Trophy for Tony as well. So, and there's a few other good winners in there as well. So, look, next season, head down, tough, working hard, and we'll be trying again.
Zach Rise High, he's had a bit of a break. He's won his last 2 in a row. What are your confidence levels like going in with him on Sunday?
Well, he's done nothing wrong his last couple of starts. He's put himself in the right spot. His racing manners have been good and he's won well. So hopefully he can turn up in the same form on Sunday and he'll be a good chance again.
What did you make of his recent trial?
I thought it was a little bit below how he had been trialling going into his previous 2 races, but he has had a little bit of a layoff, so you'd expect that trial to bring him on a bit.
Looking at it, the 2 form horses appear to be him and also Dr. Jeff. Is there much between them?
No, there's not a lot between them. I think Dr. Jeff would have taken some confidence out of winning that race the other day. He got around Happy Valley well. He seemed to race pretty tractably in the straight, so he's starting to work it all out now as well, and it'll be a competitive race again.
As far as Rise High is concerned too, this is the end of his first season here in Hong Kong. Going forward, what sort of horse do you think he can develop into?
Well, he's got the potential to match it with our better horses in the Group 1 races. You know, he's only had a limited number of starts and he's had a bit of an interrupted preparation this season as well. So he's come good at the right time at the end of the season. He's going to have a break now, of course, and if he can raise the bar a little bit further, he can be competitive in those races next season.
Joe, SUPERICH, up in distance. What are your thoughts here for Sunday with him?
He's been showing on his recently race that he's looking for more ground. I do have a concern about this horse on the bend because I tried him a few times, in particular in Happy Valley, and also here in Sha Tin on the all-weather track, and he didn't take the bend very well. But at his last trial, he's done it in a much better way. He was able to slot in, get on the fence, and trial very well. If he doesn't do any silly thing on the bend with the step up in distance, I think he was going to take it even better. He won very impressively first up. It's next race. He ran very well also, nearly won. He just didn't win because he didn't have that much of gate speed. That indicates he needs a little bit of more ground. Frankie's giving it to him, so I do have a very good hope on this horse.
What about the wide gate?
It's going to make it a bit tougher, but the way how the weather is coming for the weekend, we never know. Maybe the outside gate may do him good, and we're going to have to take it by the way.
Sunday's your last meeting here in Hong Kong. What are the emotions like heading into the day for you?
It feels like my heart is getting squeezed. But as I always say, it is nothing lasts forever. Either we go through this now or later. So, but I'm leaving with the feeling of mission complete. I still got another race meeting. I do want to ride as many winners as I can, and I do have some winning chance, and I'll make the best of it that I can.
Solga Patrizak, beaten last time out by Win Beauty Winner horse you know well. What were your thoughts on that performance?
I thought it was a good run. He drew wide that day. I had to use him to get across, and he just waited a little bit in the straight after doing that work. So from better draw, hopefully we can get a nicer run and just let him chase something.
From that wide draw, as you mentioned, you were forced up to use him a bit early, up on the speed from a better gate though. Where's his ideal position on the run?
He's got some speed. He's not naturally brilliant out at the gates. If you're going to have him forward, you've got to ask him to be forward, but he's got that tactical speed if you want to use it.
He's at the end of his 3-year-old season, so a 4-year-old next season. Could he be a 4-year-old series type next year?
He possibly could, yeah. I could see him being competitive, definitely in the Classic Mile. Beyond that, maybe he mightn't have the stamina for the other races, but he's got the potential to be able to take his place in those fields.
Let's talk about the championship. After Wednesday night, you're up by 4. I know it's not over, but it must be a nice position to be in.
Sure, yeah, I'd rather be in the position I'm in than the position that Joe's in. It's going to be another competitive day on Sunday. Joe's got a good book of rides. I think I need to go there and ride at least one, probably 2 winners just to make sure of it. So it's not over until it's over, and like I said in the press recently, he has come out of nowhere before and had me on the line. So I'll just go there, trying to ride winners and see if I can get the job done.
Are you confident with your book of rides?
My book of rides aren't too bad. I've got horses there that can be competitive, so if I can just get the right run on them, hopefully they can put their hand up.